Ever wonder how a computer can learn to play a game better than any human all by itself? Well, that's the magic of what we call reinforcement learning. And in the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how it all works. And this is really the central puzzle, isn't it? I mean, think about it. Unlike when we're in school, there's no teacher with an answer key. So how on earth does an AI figure out the best moves when it's just learning from the consequences of its own actions? Well, let's dive in and find out.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with what makes this kind of learning different, then look at the ingredients, the big dilemma it has to solve, its secret superpowers, and we'll wrap up with how something goes from a total novice to a pro.
Okay, so first up, learning without a manual. Let's get right to the heart of what makes reinforcement learning, or RL as you'll hear it called, so different from everything else. So here's the absolute key. It's all about learning from direct experience. You have an agent, that's our learner, and it just tries stuff out in an environment. If it does something good, it gets a reward. If it does something bad, well, it gets a penalty. It is literally learning by doing. And you know, this is a huge contrast to what a lot of us probably think of as machine learning. Supervised learning, for instance, needs that answer key, a giant pre-labeled data set. RL, it just throws that whole idea out the window. It doesn't need to be told what's right. It figures it out, purely from the consequences.
So how does this whole process actually work? Let's break down the main ingredients. And to make this super clear, we're going to use a really simple example, a robotic vacuum cleaner that has to learn how to clean a house.
All right, let's get into the language of RL. First, you have the agent. In our case, that's the vacuum cleaner itself. The environment? That's the house it needs to clean. The state is just the current situation, like where the vacuum is right now and which rooms are still dirty. The actions are the moves it can make, move left, move right, or, actually clean. And finally, the reward. This is the good part. It gets a nice positive score for cleaning a dirty spot, but it gets a tiny negative score for just moving around. Why? To encourage it to be efficient. And that's it. That is the entire game. The agent's goal is super simple. Maximize its total reward over time. It's not about making one perfect move. It's about getting the highest possible score for the entire job. And that focus on the long term, that's absolutely crucial.
So how does it pull that off? With something called a policy. Honestly, the easiest way to think about a policy is as the agent's brain, or its strategy guide. It's this thing that the agent builds up over time that basically tells it, okay, when you're in this specific situation, this is the best move to make.
Okay, but this brings us to a huge classic dilemma that every single RL agent has to face, which leads us to Section 3, Explore or Exploit. This is, no joke, one of the most fascinating puzzles in the entire field.
So imagine our little vacuum has found a route that's pretty good. It cleans 2 rooms, not bad. Now, what does it do? Does it exploit that knowledge? Just stick with what it knows works and get that guaranteed decent score? Or does it explore? Try a totally new, unknown path. That new path could be a total dead end, sure, but it could also be a shortcut to cleaning the entire house way more efficiently.
And right there, that's the secret sauce. If it only exploits, it gets stuck in a rut and never finds better ways of doing things. But if it only explores, it just wanders around randomly and never actually uses the good stuff it's learned. The very best RL agents, they are absolute masters at balancing this trade-off. All right, so when an agent really nails this balance, what can it do? What makes this approach so powerful? Let's dive into Section 4, RL's secret superpowers. Because when an agent masters this balance, it unlocks 4, game-changing advantages. And I mean it. These aren't just small improvements. We're talking about genuine superpowers that let an AI tackle problems we once thought were basically impossible to solve. So, for starters, it learns directly from interacting with the world. No answer key needed. Second, it can adapt on the fly. You move the furniture around, our little vacuum will figure it out. Third, it's amazing at solving complex problems, where the consequences of an action aren't seen until much later. And this last one? This one is a real game changer. It can discover completely new and creative strategies all on its own, stuff a human might never, ever think of.
Okay, let's bring this all home in our final section, The Future is Learning. We're going to trace the entire journey of our robotic vacuum, from knowing absolutely nothing to becoming an expert cleaner.
So this really maps out the whole process. At the start, it's completely clueless, just bumping into walls, trying random moves. But slowly, through trial and error, it starts to learn, hey, cleaning that dirty spot gets me a reward. And after thousands, maybe millions of attempts, it refines its actions, building that smart policy until it has a perfect, super efficient strategy to clean the entire house.
And of course, the real power here isn't just about getting clean floors, right? This exact same process, that loop of exploring, learning, and optimizing, is exactly how an AI learns to master a super complex video game. It's how self-driving cars learn to navigate tricky traffic, and it's how robotic arms learn to perform incredibly delicate tasks.
Which leaves us with one last really big question. We've already seen RL come up with strategies in games that no human had ever even thought of. So, if it can do that in a virtual world, what real-world problems could it learn to solve next? Think about things like medicine, or logistics, or even climate science. The potential is, well, it's only just beginning to unfold.